Oh, हाँ लागत नाही मला विचारून सांग. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So, tell me, have you watched the videos of the fifth unit yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So only two students have watched. Now, is the screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so almost 20 students have joined, and then and now we'll start with the discussion of MCQs. Just do one thing like yesterday. Those who have watched the videos of the 5th unit, raise your hand. Okay, so only 4 students have watched, right? What about the rest? Okay, so just let me take a brief overview for the 5th unit. And the title of the 5th unit is hydraulic machines. Okay, so any machine which uses the concepts of hydraulics or fluid mechanics is known as a hydraulic machines. Now, in this unit, uh, there are two most important hydraulic machines that we study. The first is the turbine, second is the pumps. Okay. Now, first we will deal with the turbines. Okay. In that first, we are having the importance of hydropower. That means what is hydropower? Hydropower is nothing but the generation of electricity with the help of the power of running water, or with the power of the falling water from a great height. So that is nothing but the hydropower. Then we have the advantages of hydropower. You can read it. Most probably there won't be any questions on the importance and advantages of hydropower. Okay. Now to just to just give a brief overview of how the electricity is generated with the help of hydropower. What we do is we construct a dam. After constructing a dam, the water will be stored on the upstream side of the dam, and this stored water is known as a reservoir. Okay. Now, on the downstream, this is the upstream side of the dam in which the reservoir is available, and this is the downstream side of the dam. Now you can see there is a great difference of height or great difference of head of water on the upstream and downstream side. Upstream side is a water level इथं कुठंतरी असेल, downstreamचं water level इथं कुठंतरी आहे. Okay, so there is a great difference in the water level or the heads of water on the upstream and downstream side. We are going to use this difference of head in order to generate electricity. How? We will, okay, we will provide a pipe which is known as a penstock between inside the dam, which can transport the water from the upstream side to the downstream side. Now, on our downstream side, we will be building a power plant. Okay. Now, this power plant consists of a simple turbine, okay, attached to a shaft, and to that same shaft, a generator is attached. So now what happens is, water, when the penstock is opened, water falls from a great height from the upstream side, okay, and this water falling from a great height contains a large amount of kinetic energy, and at the end of this penstock we provide a nozzle, okay, and from that nozzle a jet of water is going to fall, okay, is going to come out. Now this jet of water is going to strike the blades of the turbine. Okay, and after the jet of water strikes each individual blade, that blade is going to move forward, another blade is going to come in its place. Now this here on this page you can see this turbine has got a number of blades. So after the jet strikes each blade, the turbine is going to move forward. Okay, and as the jet of water continuously strikes on the blades, this turbine is going to rotate continuously. And as this turbine rotates, this shaft is also going to rotate. And through this shaft, the generator which is attached at the top, it is also going to rotate. So what happens here is the kinetic energy of flowing water gets converted into mechanical energy of the rotating turbine. And this mechanical energy of the rotating turbine gets converted with the help of the generator into electrical energy. Okay, and we have electricity generation. So that is the simple concept of a hydroelectric power plant. Okay, now let us study what are turbines. We are just seeing a brief discussion of turbines and pumps of the 5th unit. Okay, and then we'll proceed to the MCQs. Now what I have done is below each MCQ, I'll just show you. See here, now below each MCQ, what I have done is I have given the answer, okay, and I have given the explanation for that answer. So even if you are not able to cover all the MCQs, you will be able to know what is the correct answer for the particular MCQ, and you will be able to see the explanation for it. But in order to understand that explanation, I have already sent you the notes or the PPT, and I have already sent you the or shared the videos on the YouTube. So if you directly go to the MCQs without watching the videos, you will not be able to understand anything. That I am telling plainly. So what is a hydraulic turbine? It is a prime mover that uses the energy of flowing water and converts it into the mechanical energy in the form of rotation of the turbine. Now, what is a prime mover here? What is meant by prime mover? Prime mover is any machine which uses the raw energy of any substance and converts it into mechanical energy. For example, if you are considering a windmill, okay, so a prime mover in a windmill will be a machine which will convert the raw energy of the wind to convert it into mechanical energy of the flowing wind turbine. Similarly, in the hydraulic turbine, okay, in the hydroelectric power plant, hydraulic turbine is the prime mover through which the energy of the flowing water gets converted into mechanical energy. Okay, and this mechanical energy is then converted into electrical energy. Now, there are a number of classification of hydraulic turbine, and there are different types of classification. We can classify the hydraulic turbines according to the head and quantity of water available. Then according to the name of the originator, that means who invented those turbines. Then third, we can classify according to the action of water on the moving blades, how the water will impact on the blades or the plates. Then according to the direction of the flow of water in the runner. Now what is a runner? Okay, so this is the shaft of the turbine or the wheel of the turbine, and to this wheel of the turbine different blades are attached which will move due to the impact of jet of water. Okay, and this entire assembly is inside a casing. Okay, and the path through which the water is going to run is known as the runner. Okay, next we are going to classify according to the disposition of the turbine shaft, whether the turbine shaft is vertical, as shown in this image. In this image, the turbine shaft is vertical. Okay. In some images, the turbine shaft is going to be horizontal. Okay, so that is one way of classifying the turbine. Then last classification will be according to the specific speed. So let us start. We'll see the first classification, which is according to the head and quantity of water available. Okay. Now, in some dams, okay, for some dams, the height of the dam will be very large. Okay, and for these large heighted dams, what we are going to do, we are going to provide a very small pipe or small penstock. So in this case, what is happening is head of water is very high. That is, water is falling from a great height. But as the pipe is very small or the penstock is very small, the quantity of water or the discharge that we are getting is very low or small. Now, in that case, the type of turbine that we are going to provide is the impulse turbine. Now, second, reaction turbine. In some cases, the height of dam is very small. Okay. Now, in those cases, what we are going to do, we are going to provide the size of the pipe or the penstock as very large. So, in this case, what is going to happen? The head of water is very less. The water is going to fall from a very low level. But as the pipe area is large, we are going to get a large quantity of water or the large discharge of water which is flowing through this penstock. Now, for such a type of case, we are going to use a reaction turbine. Okay. Now, in reaction turbine is not only used for low head and high rate of flow, it is also used for medium head and medium flow. Okay. So under reaction turbine, we have again two different types. Then second classification is according to the name of the originator. That means who invented those turbines. So there are three important turbines that we are going to study in this unit. First is the Pelton turbine, second is the Francis turbine, and third is the Kaplan turbine. So Pelton turbine is named after Lester Allen Pelton, who invented this turbine. Francis turbine is named after the James Francis, who invented this Francis turbine. And Dr. Victor Kaplan invented another type of turbine which is known as the Kaplan turbine. Okay. Now, if you see each turbine, if you first see the Pelton turbine, it is used for high head and low discharge or small quantity of flow. Now, if you see the last slide, for high head and small quantity of flow, we are going to use impulse turbine. Okay. So this Pelton turbine is nothing but a type of impulse turbine. Next, Francis turbine. Okay. Now, Francis turbine is used for medium high to medium low heads and medium small to medium large quantities. So it is used for medium head and medium quantity of water, and hence it will come under reaction type of turbine. And this last Kaplan turbine, it is used for low heads and large quantity or large discharge of water, and hence it is a reaction type of turbine. So Pelton turbine is a type of impulse turbine, I for impulse, and Francis and Kaplan turbine are reaction type of turbine. I hope you're getting this. Then next, according to the action of water on the moving plates. Okay. In this also, what I have done is I given the classification. Now, turbine can be classified into two types. One is the impulse and the second is the reaction turbine. In impulse turbine, you have Pelton turbine, and in reaction turbine, you have two types, Francis and Kaplan turbine. Next, Now this third point, that is according to the action of water on moving blades, and fourth according to the direction of flow of water in the runner. They are one and the same thing. Okay. In there, under the classification of according to direction of flow of water in the runner, you have tangential flow turbine. So in this, what is going to happen? Okay, this is the casing. Water is going to enter from here, water jet. Okay, and it is going to travel tangentially. Okay, this water jet is going to travel tangentially inside the runner, and that is your Pelton turbine. Then next is the radial flow turbine. Okay, which are no longer used. Third is the axial flow turbine, in which water is going to act directly on the blade. The examples that we have seen in the impact of jets. Okay, and that is the Kaplan turbine. And last is the mixed flow turbine, which use both radial as well as the axial flow. And Francis turbine is the example of the mixed flow turbine. Now, in the tangential flow turbine, as I have already told you, the water strikes the runner tangential to the path of the rotation. तो जो रोटेशनचा पाथ आहे, ओके, त्याला टँजेन्शियली काय करणार आहे तुमचं वॉटर जेट ट्रॅव्हल करणार आहे. नेक्स्ट, axial flow turbine. Water flows parallel to the axis of the turbine shaft. Okay, so if this is the shaft, and at the end of this is the turbine which is provided. Okay, it is having blade in this form. Okay, so the water jet which is going to strike on this turbine, okay, the water will flow parallelly to the shaft of the turbine. Next, in mixed flow turbine, the water enters the blade radially and comes out axially parallel to the turbine shaft. Okay, so that is nothing but your mixed flow turbine. Next, according to the disposition of the turbine shaft. So according to the disposition of the turbine shaft may either be vertical or horizontal. Okay. Now, in modern practices, normally a horizontal shaft is used. Okay. That means at this end, a turbine is provided. Okay. Okay, and at the other end, the generator is provided. So this is the example of horizontal shaft. And the example of vertical shaft we have already seen in the image. Okay, in this image, this is an example of vertical shaft. Okay, and now the last classification of hydraulic turbine. It will be according to the specific speed. Now, what is the specific speed? The specific speed of a turbine is defined as the speed of a geometrically similar turbine that would develop 1 kilowatt under 1 meter head. Okay. Now, this specific speed, consider a turbine. Okay. Now consider a turbine which produces a power of 1 kilowatt for 1 meter head. So for 1 meter height of water on the upstream side of the dam, okay, the turbine is going to produce 1 kilowatt of power. Now, if that height increases, that means if the head increases, if it is 2 meter, that means that turbine is going to produce 2 kilowatt power. If the head is increased to 3 meter, the power produced will be 3 kilowatt. If the head is 100 meters, the power produced will be 100 kilowatts. Okay, for a particular turbine. Okay, now for any turbine that is geometrically similar to this turbine, which produces 1 kilowatt under 1 meter head, okay, then the speed of rotation of that particular turbine is known as the specific speed. I'll explain it again. Consider a particular turbine, okay, which produces a power of 1 kilowatt under 1 meter head. Okay. Now, okay, so consider a particular turbine, okay, a standard turbine which produces 1 kilowatt power under 1 meter head. Now, if you construct a turbine and another turbine which is geometrically similar to that standard turbine, okay, आता आपण जो कन्स्ट्रक्ट केलेला आहे जो टर्बाइन, तो त्या स्टँडर्ड टर्बाइन पासून जॉमेट्रिकली सिमिलर आहे. ओके, दॅट मीन्स देअर लेंथ, विड्थ अँड हाईट प्रपोर्शन्स आर द सेम. ओके, सेम स्केल वरती आपण प्रपोर्शनेट करून एक आपण टर्बाइन कन्स्ट्रक्ट केलेला आहे. Okay, then the speed of rotation of that turbine that we have constructed is known as the specific speed. Okay, and all geometrically similar turbines, irrespective of their sizes, will have the same specific speed when operating under the same head. If you have a turbine which is of a small size, and if you have a turbine which is of a large size, but if they are geometrically similar, then the specific speed of rotation of both the turbines will be similar under the same head. That is nothing but your specific speed. Okay, next, in the next part you have the description of all the different types of turbines, that is Pelton turbine, Kaplan turbine, and Francis turbine. I again request you to go back to the videos that I have shared and watch it. And if you have any problem, contact me. Okay, call me, message me. I will explain that point to you. Okay. So here, I just briefly explained the turbine part. Now let us go to the MCQs. Hydraulic, question number 29. Okay, up to question number 28, the questions are on impact of jet. Okay. So I have gone with from question number 29. Hydraulic energy is converted into another form of energy by hydraulic machines. What form of energy is this? So in a hydraulic machine, hydraulic energy first gets converted into mechanical energy. Okay, always first it is going to get converted into mechanical energy. Always. Okay, and later it can be transformed into electrical energy. Now, such turbines were first, if you have watched some videos on YouTube, you will probably know this. In the old, you will have some village people using the power of turbine in order to either transport water or in order to uh, grind the mill. Okay, जसं आपलं दळण असतंय, ओके, गिरणी असती त्याप्रमाणे आधीच्या काळात, जुन्या काळात काय केलं जायचं, दिस एनर्जी ऑफ वॉटर फ्रॉम द टर्बाइन was used to convert into mechanical energy, and this mechanical energy was used to grind the mill, okay, and prepare flour. Next, in hydraulic turbines, inlet energy is greater than the outlet energy. Of course, that is true, because in order for the hydraulic machines such as a turbine to work, inlet energy should always be greater than outlet energy. Inlet energy काय आहे, जी नोझल मधनं जे जेट बाहेर पडणार आहे. मला पण बोलवलं. Okay. Inlet energy is nothing but the energy which is provided by the kinetic energy of the water. Okay, it is provided by the kinetic energy of water which is coming out of the nozzle. And outlet energy is the rotation of the turbine. Okay, water after striking the blades of the turbine, when it moves out, then that is known as the outlet energy of the water. So always in a hydraulic turbine, inlet energy must always be greater. If for some reason the outlet energy of the turbine is greater than the inlet energy, okay, then what is going to happen? A wear and tear of the turbine is going to happen. Okay, which is subsequently going to destroy your turbine. Next question, which principle is used in the hydraulic turbines? So the correct answer here is Newton's second law. What does Newton's second law say? It is nothing but force is equal to mass into displacement. Okay, mass into displacement. So what we are taking, the force which acts upon, which is acted upon by the jet of water on the turbine will help the turbine rotate, and that is the principle on which the hydraulic turbine works according to Newton's second law. Next, buckets and blades used in turbine are used to alter the direction of water. Okay, they are used in order to alter the direction of water, because after striking a particular blade of a turbine, what happens, the jet gets deflected along the blade or along the plate. Okay, and that indicates the amount of force which is being impacted on the plate. Now, if the direction of water was not altered, what would have happened? The jet of water would have traveled continuously in the forward direction, which we do not want. Okay, and which is of no use to us. So buckets and blade used in turbine are used to alter the direction of water. Next, dash is the electrical power obtained from the energy of water, and that is nothing but our hydroelectric power. Okay, Hydroelectric power is the electric power obtained from the energy of the falling or the flowing water. Next, which energy generated in a turbine is used to run electric power generator linked to the turbine shaft? The correct answer is the mechanical energy. So after the jet strikes the plate, the kinetic energy of the jet of water is going to get converted into mechanical energy of the rotation of the turbine. Okay. Next, hydraulic machines fall under the category of pulverizers, kinetic machinery, condensers, or rotodynamic machinery. So it is correct answer is rotodynamic machinery because it uses the rotation of the blades. Okay, it uses the rotation of the blade in order to produce energy. Next, what kind of turbine changes the pressure of water entered through it? The correct answer here is reaction turbine. Now, if you go read the notes and if you watch the videos that I have told you to watch, but you have not watched that, in reaction turbine, what we are going to do is we are going to change the pressure of water which enters the runner. Okay. Now, why we do this? Because so that the outlet energy of the water is less than the inlet energy. So for that purpose, we decrease the pressure of the water which has entered through the turbine. Next, which type of turbine is used to change the velocity of water through its flow? The correct answer is impulse turbine. जसं तुम्ही बघितलं impulse turbine आपण कशासाठी यूज करतो? For higher heads. So water falls from a very great height, carrying a very high amount of kinetic energy, and at its end we attach a nozzle through which water comes out with a very high velocity. So at the nozzle, for the impulse turbine, the velocity of water is going to change. Okay, and this is achieved in the impulse turbine. Now, which type of turbine is a Francis turbine? Also, Francis turbine is an example of reaction turbine. How many types of reaction turbines are there? So there are a total of 5 reaction turbines, out of which we are going to study only the 2, that is the Francis and the Kaplan. Remaining 3, that is VLH, Tyson and Gorolo helical turbine, are not in our syllabus. Okay. Now, these remaining types of turbines, okay, they are used in different power plants, such as thermal power plants, wind in windmills, okay, in nuclear power plants, etc. But in hydroelectric power plant, which is our domain of study as civil engineers, for these hydroelectric power plants, there are 3 main types of turbines which are used: Francis, Kaplan, or Pelton turbine. Okay, so our syllabus also contains only these 3 types of turbines. Next, maximum number of jets generally employed in an impulse turbine without jet interference can be 6. Now, this answer is given in the notes that I have sent you. So please refer those. Now, before proceeding further, how many of you तुमच्यापैकी कोण आहे का ज्यांनी अजून वसीम सरांना मेसेज पाठवलेला नाहीये तुमचं नाव, रोल नंबर आणि डिव्हिजनचं? कोण आहे का? Please send it urgently because it is already 1:15. Okay, it is already 1:15. If you send the message now, Wasim sir will then search your username and password, and then he will send that username and password on your WhatsApp number. आणि 2 वाजता तर तुमचं मॉक टेस्ट सुरू होत आहे. So please, those who have not sent a message to Wasim sir, please send a message to Wasim sir immediately. Another important announcement is exams are most probably starting from 15th itself. Okay. Now we had also been told that the exam would start on 15th August. So we are also under the assumptions, and we are going to finish the syllabus by 30th of July. आम्ही 30th of July पर्यंत संपवणार होतो सिलेबस, कारण की शेवटचे जे सेकंड सेक्शन, माझं तर सेकंड जो सेक्शन आहे, ओके, हा कमी वेळात संपतो. जे पहिले 3 युनिट्स होते त्याला सगळ्यात जास्त वेळ लागतो, बिकॉज इट इज ऑल इंट्रोडक्टरी अँड इम्पॉर्टंट टू अस फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू ऑफ 3rd year and 4th year स्टडी. आणि हे जे 4th, 5th, 6th आहे ते आपले लगेच होऊन जातात. आतापर्यंत आपलं 4th युनिट संपलं पण असतं, 5th युनिट मी स्टार्ट केलं असतं जर आपलं रेग्युलर टाइप जर सुरू झालं असतं तर. But still, no problem. I have already sent you the videos which I have prepared. Okay, that is my good luck also that I had already prepared the videos last year itself. तुम्ही ते videos please बघा. काही प्रॉब्लेम आलं मला विचारा आणि MCQs बघ. आता MCQs मोस्ट प्रॉबेबली, ओके, मोस्ट प्रॉबेबली म्हणण्यापेक्षा 99% यातूनच तुम्हाला MCQs येतील फायनल एक्झामिनेशनला. हे जे मी तुम्हाला MCQs सेंड केलेले आहेत त्यातूनच तुम्हाला MCQs येतील फायनल एक्झामला. आता काय करायचं, मी आज अजून तुम्हाला MCQs सेंड करणार आहे अलॉंग विथ देअर एक्सप्लेनेशन्स. तर ते प्लीज स्टडी करा. ओके, गो थ्रू इट बिफोर डे आफ्टर टुमॉरोज पेपर. Okay, and I wish you all a very good luck. There is no reason to panic. Okay, it is an online examination. So about orals, so as you already know, exams are starting from day after tomorrow. So obviously your oral examinations will be conducted after the end of your online exams. Okay, anybody has any questions, please ask.
CA2.
CA2 पण आता जर 15ला सुरू होत आहे तर काय करणार आपण, जे तुम्ही 3rd युनिटचे जे असाइनमेंट तुम्ही सबमिट केलेलं आहे बरोबर,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
टीचमेंट वरती जे तुम्ही सबमिट केलेलं आहे आठवते सगळ्यांना?
हो
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Direct
that will be
method.
considered as your CA2.
Okay, sir.
That will be considered as your CA2. But if at any chance, okay, if आता त्याचं 5% पण त्याचं पॉसिबिलिटी राहिलेली नाहीये की तुमची एक्झाम पोस्टपोन होईल 25 पर्यंत. ओके, तरी जर तुमची एक्झाम 10 दिवसांनी जर पोस्टपोन झालीच समजा, ओके, तर सरांनी आम्हाला सांगितलेलं आहे की त्यांची एक CA2 कंडक्ट करा ऑनलाईन MCQ बेस्ड. दॅट वी विल कंडक्ट, नो प्रॉब्लेम. बट मोस्ट प्रॉबेबली तुमची जे 3rd युनिटची असाइनमेंट आहे दॅट विल बी कन्सिडर्ड ॲज द CA2. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन्स? आय नो मेनी विल बी हॅव्हिंग मेनी क्वेश्चन्स. सर हे अचानक असं कशामुळे झालं, काय झालं? तर तुमच्यासाठी जेवढं अचानक आहे तेवढं आमच्यासाठी पण आहे. ओके, बट वन थिंग दॅट आय वॉन्ट टू अश्योर यू, Okay, and this is off record. No one is going to fail. Okay, so please don't panic. Please enjoy the exam. मी असं कधी कुणाला सांगत नाही, पण मी तुम्हाला सांगतोय एन्जॉय करा एक्झाम. ओके, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन्स?
No, sir.
Now, what I will do, remaining MCQs, I think it will be better if you study those. Okay, but before studying those, I am again requesting you, please watch the videos. ओके, तुम्ही एकदा व्हिडिओज वॉच केले, तुम्हाला सगळं म्हणजे यातले बऱ्यापैकी क्वेश्चन्स तुम्हाला येतील. काही जर क्वेश्चन्स मी काय केले, जरा बाहेरचे आहेत ते टाकलेले आहेत, जे की एक्झाम मध्ये येऊ शकतात. कारण की हायड्रॉलिक्स 1 मध्ये कसं झालं होतं, बऱ्यापैकी मेकॅनिकलचे क्वेश्चन्स विचारले गेले होते. मेकॅनिकलचे फ्लुइड मेकॅनिक्सचे क्वेश्चन विचारले गेले होते. तर त्यासाठी आपण तयार राहावं म्हणून मी काय केलेले आहेत, बऱ्यापैकी सगळेच मी क्वेश्चन्स टाकलेले आहेत. अजून सुद्धा आज मी क्वेश्चन्स तुम्हाला सेंड करणार आहे. ओके, ऑन 4th, 5th and 6th unit. Please read those. Okay, please study those. And I will give you two important websites for MCQs. One is San Foundry. I'll just write it down in the chat box. And second is the, sorry, I'll write it down to everybody. San Found. And the second is Examveda. ओके, हे दोन वेबसाइट्स वरती जावा. काही नाही, जर तुम्हाला असं जर करायचं असेल, तुम्हाला युनिट वाईज करायचं आहे, तर काय करायचं, इम्पॅक्ट ऑफ जेट्स सॅन फाउंड्री MCQs म्हणून टाकायचं गुगल मध्ये. डायरेक्टली ती लिंक येते. एंटर दोज लिंक अँड सी द MCQs. ओके, आणि एक्झाम वेडा सन फाउंड्री मध्ये सगळ्यात चांगले क्वेश्चन मिळतील. आणि एक्झाम वेडामध्ये कसं आहे, या वेबसाईट वरती, ऑन दिस वेबसाईट यू विल फाइंड आउट what Examveda does is it collects MCQs from different websites. Okay, so it is a form of MCQ aggregator. Different websites वरचे MCQs कलेक्ट करून एका ह्याच्यात ते ठेवलेले आहेत. ते एका वेबसाईट मध्ये त्यांनी टाकलेलं आहे. तुम्हाला एक्झाम मध्ये पण क्वेश्चन्स विचारले गेले तर या दोन ते क्वेश्चन्स तुम्हाला या दोन वेबसाइट्स वरती तरी तुम्हाला सापडतील. मग सो दॅट इज वाय आय एम टेलिंग यू, प्लीज स्टडी दिस, study the MCQs from these two websites so that you are better prepared for the examination. Okay, San Foundry and Examveda. Any other question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
परवाच एक्झाम आहे, काय प्रश्न विचारून घ्यायचे असतील विचारून घ्या. You should be totally prepared for day after tomorrow's examination. Yes.
सर न्यूमरिकल्स लेंथी प्रोसिजर मध्ये असतात का शॉर्ट मध्ये?
Yes.
न्यूमरिकल्स सर,
हा,
म्हणजे फार लेंथी प्रोसिजर असतात का म्हणजे शॉर्ट मध्ये हे असतात?
एमसीक्यूज मध्ये जे न्यूमरिकल्स येतील ते शॉर्ट वाले येतील. शॉर्ट वाले म्हणजे काय, फक्त एकच फॉर्म्युला यूज करून त्यात फक्त फॉर्म्युला मध्ये व्हॅल्यूज पुट करून आन्सर काढायचं. आता तुम्हाला मी ह्याच्या आधी पण सांगितलंय, एक काय करा, तुमच्याकडे लॅपटॉप वगैरे असेल तर आपल्या जे युनिट वाईज आणि पॉइंट वाईज सगळे जे फॉर्म्युलेज आहेत हायड्रॉलिक्स 2 मध्ये सगळे काय करा, वर्ड डॉक्युमेंट मध्ये ते कॉपी पेस्ट करा. माझे नोट्स आहेत त्यातनं कॉपी करा, किंवा मोबाईल असेल स्क्रीनशॉट घ्या, किंवा तुमच्याकडे वेळ असेल तर लिहून काढा. दॅट विल बी व्हेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर यू टू रिमेंबर द फॉर्म्युला. कुठल्या क्वेश्चन साठी कुठला फॉर्म्युला यूज करायचा तेवढं फक्त आलं तरी तुम्हाला आरामात न्यूमेरिकल तुम्हाला 1 मिनिट पण लागत नाही सोडवायला. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन्स? Yes. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so thank you. If you have any doubt, you can message me and you can phone me anytime. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
And best
Thank you,
of
sir.
luck. Don't panic. Thank you.